In the wake of the coronavirus and the recommended courses of action, we at Tiny Table Talks hope that you are staying safe, healthy, and hydrated. If you are able to, adhering to social distancing and working from home is recommended. But if you do have to go out, ensure that you wash your hands and use a mask if possible. Now, on to the show. Hello and welcome back to Tiny Table Talks. We're here every Thursday on Spotify and YouTube, so be sure to check us out. And please follow us on Instagram at the CC Zone. Last week we talked about astrology, our signs, and how much the stars truly matter. Today we'll be doing a little less talking and a little more asking. It's time for the Tiny Table Talks team to get to know each other, and for our audiences to get to know us too. We'll be talking about personality quizzes and playing 21 questions. My name is Ariana, and I'm in the room with 4 people.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. My name is Samantha. Time flies. See you again.
My name is Chloé. Back at it again.
What's up? It's me, Kyle, here again for the third time. I'm just glad to be back.
Hi, I'm Maeva, and I'm here since the beginning again.
Since the dawn of the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I mean, now that we are kind of still in a time of social distancing and adhering to protocol with COVID, I'm sure we've all been spending a lot of time going online and doing things. So what is the last personality quiz you took, and did you agree with the results?
I think the last one I did was JoJo's stand personality quiz.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what I got because it's like a stand is based off your own soul and your own personality, how it represents you. And I figured, like, I wonder what stand I would have or what character I would be. I got a good one. I just can't remember what it was. I know it was good. It was one of the protagonist stands.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Talking about quiz about characters, there is like this filter on Instagram right now. Like you put your face, you blind your eyes, and then you are a character. The last one I did was Naruto. And I was I don't know, what's her name? The girl that is always like, Naruto.
Hinata?
Oh, Hinata.
I was Hinata.
Oh, Hinata.
But yeah, I think I did that with every filter series.
The last personality quiz I had is a color personality quiz.
Mm-hmm.
My color is orange.
Oh.
I can see that actually.
Yeah.
It's like bright, positive. Like also you have like orangey hair. So
Orangey hair.
What about you, Maeva?
The very last test I remember that I did was called the Enneagram test.
Oh yeah, with the 16 personalities, or
no, it's totally different. So you're doing the test and they're gonna give you your top 3 personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the loyalist, the investigator, and the achiever.
Ooh, do you agree with it?
I relate more to the investigator.
Talking about 16 personalities is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that one's so cool. It goes like super in depth. It's almost kind of similar to like the horoscope thing last week, where you could it could be kind of general, but like it applies really well.
And I did it multiple times to check if I was still the same personality.
Yeah.
And because at different period of my life, like people were talking about it, and I'm still the same entrepreneur.
Oh.
And we did that also in my business class to see which kind of person we were and how it can help us like into negotiation, like to analyze the personality of like your opponents. I mean, it's not supposed to be an opponent.
That's true. Even like clients too, because then you can figure like, oh, this is what they want, kind of thing. I think I was the mediator, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was green.
Yeah, I see you as the green one. I think I see you as violet one, maybe.
No?
Not
at all. I'm a defender.
Defender?
Yeah. So, Chloé, you're an extrovert then, based on your personality, on 16 personalities. Because you said you were an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
And the dominant trait is extrovert.
Really?
Yeah.
extrovert is when you are not shy.
No, it's
Yeah.
more like you're like energized to,
By other people,
Yeah.
so you're usually perceived as not shy.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I said that before in another podcast. You should listen to the other podcast if you didn't do it. That at the beginning of like a relationship with people, I'm kind of shy, and when I start talking with them, I kind of super energized.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
it depends.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What did you guys get?
I got the mediator.
Mediator.
Mm-hmm. INFP, so introverted, intuitive, feeling, and prospecting.
Oh.
Because like definitely like I have my moments when I can feel energized by other people, but a lot of the times once I do socialize a lot, then I do have to go home and just like recharge the battery.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's very much in line with it. Like reading it seems very accurate. I don't have many things to disagree with on this, especially for the strengths and weaknesses and things like that.
Yeah, there is something I don't understand, and they are talking a lot about in my personality presentation.
Mhm.
Is that I'm the devil advocate?
So
I don't understand.
you're the person who will try to kind of see both sides and present both situations, I guess.
Mm.
Playing the devil's advocate, like, I think now more so just has a negative connotation because it's like if someone is kind of trying to say a point and someone goes, I would be the devil's advocate, and it's usually just kind of a nice way of being like, I'm going to go against you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you're kind of, I think there is like a rational way to do it and to kind of, you know, see like a bigger
Balance.
picture and balance, yeah. I think the last, aside from the 16 personalities, I took researching for this because the one that we've always joked about, like just in general, is like, what kind of bread are you? So I actually ended up taking that yesterday. So I figured out that I was banana bread.
Banana bread.
Yeah. I don't know. Those ones are fun. Like I love taking the really serious ones when I do want to kind of be introspective, but then I also like taking the fun ones when I am bored and things like that. Are you guys more likely to take personality quizzes to dig deep about yourself in a serious way, or is it just to pass the time and have fun?
Pass the time with the quizzes on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
I do like those ones. I do like passing the time to those ones. Also, like any character quiz that I find from an anime or a movie, I like doing those.
Yeah.
I remember one I did. It was like, would you survive the Thanos snap?
Oh.
That's like a 50-50.
I did that one. I did that quiz.
Yeah.
I think I didn't survive.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That was heartbreaking. I'm like, but I'm like, I don't age 5 years, so
Yeah, true. When you come back.
yeah,
Extra
so it
time.
works out.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was a fun quiz that I did. Have any of you ever taken the Harry Potter?
Like the
quiz?
house
Yeah.
ones?
Yeah, the
or-
house ones.
Yes.
What house are you?
Like Gryffindor, is it?
Yeah.
Gryffindor?
Gryffindor.
So I've taken, most of the ones I've taken, I get like a Gryffindor or Ravenclaw hybrid, but on Pottermore it tells me I'm a Hufflepuff no matter how much I try.
Oh, I should try the Pottermore one.
Ugh, I'm not a Hufflepuff.
Have you
I'm
done it?
Hufflepuff.
Oh, I'm Gryffindor. So happy I was Gryffindor.
Ah,
Yes. I think I got Slytherin one time. I think once I got Slytherin.
I can see that. Like not in a bad way.
I don't take
Yeah.
Slytherin as a bad way.
I know, but some people do. There's always like a stigma against it, you know?
It's because of the movies.
Yeah. Also,
It's
J.K.
just-
Rowling is biased no matter what she tries to claim.
Mm.
Because, yeah, it's interesting because with that one, it's a combination of, with like, for getting nerdy and going in depth, but with that, it's usually about the traits you value as opposed to the traits you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like with the house stuff, it's like a good mix of that because, I don't know, I think if I'm thinking about traits I value, I am definitely more on the Gryffindor Ravenclaw spectrum.
I think everybody wants to be Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Automatic protagonist.
They're the heroes.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Instant plot armor.
Yeah, instant plot armor, yeah. Have you ever learned something meaningful about yourself or someone else because of a personality quiz?
I think maybe the one about 16 personality.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few things. So I did it into my class.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I'm really not like that.
Yeah.
And my classmates, they were like, yeah, a little bit. So, yeah. Because we also did a game with my friends.
Mhm.
It's like we had to do one good comment and one negative comment about each other's. It was a group of friends.
Ooh.
So not too negative. Like we
Yeah.
were like,
Like,
oh,
kinda
you're
like-
beautiful, you're super nice.
Yeah.
You're a bit shy.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of,
like constructive kind of thing, or
Yeah, constructive
Yeah.
to get better. They say I was a bit on the cloud. I don't know if you can say
like
it.
head in the clouds.
Head-
Yeah, hand on the clouds. And a few days after, someone told me the same thing.
Mhm.
I didn't notice that. I said no. Yeah.
Hmm. What is we kind of talked about this briefly, but what are your favorite kind of personality quizzes to take, or do you have a favorite one that you really enjoyed doing?
I like this one, the 16 personality. I just took. It says I'm the defender.
Mhm.
My individual traits. I'm 99% introverted, which I don't disagree with
Mhm.
at all. 54% observant, 63% feeling, 54% judging, which I don't think.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, like judging.
I think it can be a good thing in terms of protecting yourself, but I think the second
Yeah.
you use it to attack others, then it can maybe be an issue.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't really judge other people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in turbulent, 69%. I don't know. I kind of want to know what that means. I should have read it more, but I was just kind of going through it. And then a lot of the strengths and weaknesses,
Mhm.
stuff I agree with. Loyal, yeah. Reliable and patient, sure. Supportive, yeah. Observant, yeah. I agree with all that stuff. And then the weaknesses, humble and shy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take things too personally. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Repress their feelings, yeah. Overload themselves, yeah. Reluctant to change, yeah. Too articulate, or no, not articulate.
Oh, that must be rough.
Oh my god, altruistic.
So like very like unconditional. Because altruism is like when you're very giving and you don't expect anything back, kind of thing. It's
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me too. I give and I'm just people are like, oh, I owe you. I'm like, no. I'm just like, no.
oh. I mean, like it's a good quality to have, but then if you end up like giving to the wrong people,
Mhm.
that's when it can get so exhausting.
See, that's why I'm introvert. I only know
Yeah.
certain amount of people
Yeah.
that I know I can trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the result.
Your results. Console. Extraordinarily caring, social, and popular people, always eager to help. So you encourage, lift, and strengthen one another, for the positive energy spread to one will be felt by us all. That's just a quote. But so people who are consoles are Taylor Swift, Jennifer Garner, Bill Clinton, Steve Harvey, Danny Glover, Jennifer Lopez, ooh, Sally Field, Tyra Banks,
Oh,
Sansa
Tara
Stark.
Banks.
Cersei Lannister, and Monica from Friends.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Do you agree with your results?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of strange. They analyze the personality of fictional people.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was so interesting too. But like it makes sense though, in terms of some people might relate to that more.
Because they'll know more about
Yeah.
fictional characters.
Yeah, and like what they'll do and things like that.
Mhm.
Apparently, because I don't know if I discovered that test before or after, but there's the woman of Nick Jonas.
Oh, Priyanka Chopra?
Yeah, she was Priyanka Chopra. She was acting into this series about CIA agents,
Mm-hmm.
and they did that test. And I was like, what? Like CIA agents really do
Yeah.
that? So I did it. But I'm wondering if they really do.
I can see that because, like you said, you were doing it for business. So if it helps them in any way, where it's like getting to know themselves or getting to know the people around them, because if that's what they have to do, if they have to have that awareness in their line of work, then I feel like that can be really helpful. Like with CIA, they're definitely doing. Oh, I wish Deshauna was here because they do the profiles for serial killers and all that. So they have to go in depth and they have to like know. So like I feel like that can be really important too. But if everyone's ready now, we're going to start our game of 21 questions and we're going to see what we learn about each other. So prior to this podcast, we asked everyone to come up with 4 to 5 questions, and none of us have told each other what the questions are. So all this is coming to you live and it's all very candid. So first question I have is, what's the best compliment that you've ever received in your life?
So we're bragging, huh?
Yeah, sure.
We're bragging.
Let's start it on a positive note. Yeah, if there's any compliment, because I know it's happened to me where I've gotten a compliment where I'm like, oh, that's really nice. So then you just like think about it and it's like, do you have one of those?
Oh yeah. When some people are told me that I'm genuine,
Mhm.
that's so sweet. I'm like, oh, thank you. Yeah, but what about you guys?
Mine is from our editing professor,
Mhm.
and she just commented me like outstanding effort.
Mhm.
Aw.
Yeah, she always put many comment to my
Mhm.
to the how to say the grade bill,
Yeah.
and she always put some comment, and she is so kind. Never had some professor say that to me, but she can tell how effort I have made.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel
Yeah.
so happy to see that.
I can't think of a particular one.
Oh.
Like people did nice thing to me, like I'm an hard worker or
Mhm.
I'm very focused on what I do.
Mhm.
I'm cute.
It seems to be like people think I have a cool or mysterious personality. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I mean, I do actually. I like it.
Mhm.
You know, like it's not something I've never really thought about.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind being mysterious.
You'd like a cape now.
You don't know what I do.
I like it when people tell me I'm witty. I think like the best compliment I got that I just like remembered where I was like, oh, this is really nice. I think when I was like maybe 18 or 19 and then someone's like, you're gonna look good when you're old. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. Future compliment. Because also now I look like a baby, so I'm hoping that when I'm 40, I'll actually look like I'm 20. Trust, we'll see.
People used to tell me like all the time they think I'm younger than
Yes.
I'm hard.
Mhm.
So at first it's kind of not a compliment because it's like, how old are you?
ID, please.
ID, please. And after they say, oh, you're gonna look great when you're gonna be old.
Yeah. It's always like the fall.
Yeah, it's like,
Do you have someone or something change your personality? Is there any event to change your personality?
Yes. Oh. You go.
No, you go first.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When I started working here, I was really like shy and I wouldn't talk to like people if I didn't need to. But now I'm really like, I would say people mistake me as an extrovert even though I'm an introvert because I talk a lot and for nothing sometimes. For just like, for example, if I see like a funny meme, I would just send it in the group chat.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I was afraid to do because I was afraid that people would judge me for it. But as I got used to like interacting with people and different interns, I think I became more extrovert in a sense. Yeah. What about you, Ariana?
Oh my god, does this sound really lame? But like the most recent thing was meeting my boyfriend because like okay, because I can be very like at my worst. I can be very like wishy-washy. I won't do anything kind of thing. But he's very like practical. If the second he's like I'm doing something, he sets his mind to it and he does it. So dating him and just like being like, how was your day? And he's like, I did like X, Y, Z. I can't be like, I did nothing. So it's kind of, it's not that like I feel like I have to do it or anything, but it's been more of like a motivating thing. So I've noticed I've become more of a doer because before I'd say that I would do all these things and then I wouldn't do them. But now I've noticed more often than not now I'll say that I'm doing something and then I'll do it. So, which I think is good, especially like as someone who wants to join the working force.
I guess I would say just my friends. I would say I act differently when I'm around them. I think that's the case for a lot of people, but I think with them I'm more talkative than how I usually am around them or around other people, I should say, because I'm more introverted. I prefer my own personal space, but like when I'm around them, I'm a little bit more extroverted.
Me, I think like when I did my gap year, I was working in an hostel with other people. So we were like 8 people living in the same room. It was super funny. Huh? But and many people from South America, they are very, I think I did it, I said it.
They're like warm.
Yeah, they are very
yeah.
warm and everything. And it made me became more warm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did talk about this. I remember that.
You should listen to the other podcast.
What about you,
Like,
Samantha?
for me, it's kind of very scary stories. Actually, when I was in the middle school, my personality is totally different from now. My personality is like impulsive and like competitive. If you say something I totally don't agree, I will definitely make an argument with you to death.
She's gonna fight us.
Yeah. And you know, once upon a time something happened on my aunt. My aunt's ex-boyfriend was stabbed by a girl and died on the bus.
Oh,
Because my aunt's personality is kind of impulsive.
Mhm.
It's like that girl's I know maybe he is like he just touched her and it's not on proposal. And my aunt,
Mhm.
she is very arrogant. Maybe she is Shanghai's big city. She feels like arrogant and she just say, "Do you know how much is my bag?" And that girl is just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she just I think my aunt is kind of very rude to say something, and her boyfriend he want to protect his girlfriend. So both of them had an argument with that girl, and that girl is super super sad and super super low. I think he might like have something happen on her, and she just like get the knife and stab to my aunt's boyfriend for many times, and my aunt's boyfriend is dead.
Oh.
And after that, my mom told me the whole story. So my mom told me like, not all the person in the world is your parents.
Mhm.
So you can't be so rude or
Mm.
impulsive like your aunt.
Mm.
So you're gonna be nice and you're gonna be try to adjust your temper.
Mm.
And after this story, after that stuff, I think my temper is kind of become more and more smooth, and yeah, so it's changed my personality a lot. So what you saw that personality from in mine actually is totally different from when I was in the middle school.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think that event influenced me a lot. I'm just, oh my god, I just can't believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
sorry.
so
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Everybody's sad.
I'm so sorry to tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to tell you a very sad story.
No, but like I mean, it's
Very
important in
sweet.
terms of that's like a huge part of you, and like now we definitely know you a lot better.
Yeah.
And also, you are such a nice person,
Mm.
just like already. Like I'm
Yeah,
sorry that
it's
there's
really changed a lot since
Yeah.
the middle school.
Mhm.
A lot of middle school classmates, when they saw me when I was in the university, oh my god, you are totally different.
What is the first in your bucket list? Or maybe it's too personal.
First one?
Like the
The-
first thing on your bucket list.
Oh, one of the things on
Oh.
your bucket
Okay.
list.
Bucket list. So that's a list you make before you kick the bucket, which is kind of an expression for just dying. So you make a bucket list of things you're going to do
Oh.
before that. So like, what do you want to do before you die?
I actually don't have a bucket list.
I had like a very loose one when I was younger. I'm trying to recall
Mm.
what was on it.
I was just thinking of something. I guess one thing I want to do is go to WrestleMania. That's one thing I want to do.
Mhm.
In Toronto. It has to be in Toronto. Yeah, it can't be anywhere else. I'm waiting for it to be in Toronto again so I can go and see it. So, yeah, that one. I want to see WrestleMania.
One of the thing in my bucket list is to travel probably probably in South Korea
Mhm.
with my sister only.
Mhm.
That's it. Only with my sister.
I guess yeah. If I want to be more basic, I really want to go to Bali. That's on my bucket list.
Oh yeah.
I really want to go before I die. Like that's just like an absolute. I have to go.
I want to live in Japan, like for 1 to 2 years, because I really like the culture in Japan, the tradition. Yeah.
Many goals related to travel.
Yeah.
I made this list, but it's huge, so I don't think I will finish it. Even I started. It's like all the marvelous thing in the world, like the pyramids, the Niagara Falls. I think
You're gonna do that.
maybe I'm gonna do that, but I hope so.
Yeah.
Hope it's not going to be close. But yeah, see as many of those marvelous
Marvels?
marvels in the world.
Have you been up in the CN Tower yet?
No.
You haven't? Oh.
Yeah, I have to. But
So
it's
fun.
probably going to be closed now.
What are your biggest pet peeves?
I have a lot of pet peeves.
Things that just annoy you. Like
Yeah.
what annoys you?
For me personally, I don't have a ton of explicit pet peeves, but there's sometimes if I get too much of something, then it can turn into being something that I tolerate to being a pet peeve. So like if someone is like too smothering to me when I want to be alone, then not into that. But if if it's something I need or like I need to talk to someone, then opposite. I like that. Then like fine kind of thing. That's the first thing I can think of off the top of my head.
For me, it's procrastination.
Oh.
I always like to put everything like off, especially the assignment. As a Chinese student, we are good at doing every assignment. Once teacher assigned to us, we will do it directly. But then when I get here, all the classmates, you don't need to. Yeah, just put everything off. Enjoy your life. Even the due is tomorrow. They say, "Hey guys, where do you want to go tonight?" It's like that. So I get a good habit.
Yeah.
It's like procrastination.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So what I don't like, it's when I'm driving and there's the car in front of me that is not putting the turn sign on when she's moving the line.
Oh, and they don't signal.
Turn is the only thing I'm thinking about because I get very mad in my car. The fuck?
Yeah, me, it's like when I'm walking and there's some people and they're taking the whole like room when they're walking, but they're walking slow and there's a lot of people behind them.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, that I cannot. I'm like
You are behind them like Mr. Bean, like
yeah, like that. Yeah.
I've got two that really. There's a third one. I think the smothering too. It's not the same for me, but like if you just my grandmother always comes downstairs and keeps bothering me like, "Hey, you're going outside." I'm like, "No, I'm not going outside." It comes out like, "Are you going outside?" They're like, "No, just leave me alone for like 5 minutes, please." But I hate repeating myself to someone. But at the same time, if I don't hear someone and they have to repeat themselves, I can see like, okay, I'm kind of being annoying, but I have to ask again. But they having to say like the same thing over and over again. And by the time I hit 3 times, I'm like, okay, I'm not saying it. You didn't hear me, so screw it. And humming. I hate humming. Especially the obnoxious hums where people just like, I'm just like, just shut up, please.
Sometimes you sing when you work. We can hear you
I
singing.
I was like trying to figure out if like I've hummed. I'm like I've definitely done that in my lifetime, but have I done it around you?
It's like if it's quiet, if it's just like, if it's quiet like that, I'm okay with it. I hate the obnoxious hums where people just like,
or like the whistling kind of thing too.
Whistling isn't too bad for me.
Like when people try to like innocuously whistle, like
Yeah.
like I can't. That bothers me.
I can't even whistle, so I don't. If I'm alone, I'll do it, but like I don't do it around other people. But yeah, just loud hums, it pisses me off. I'm just like, just either hum quietly or just shut up, please.
What is one funny thing you wish to accomplish in the near future?
A funny thing?
Yeah, one funny thing. Oh, one random thing. Really.
Something I want to accomplish.
I guess because my friends and we get together and like shoot little shorts now. So like I've helped out, like I've acted in some of them, but I want to actually write something and then have a shoot that. That's something I want to accomplish in the future. I mean, bonus points if it's funny, because if it's a funny script, then I guess that kind of fits under what you're saying. That's a funny thing to accomplish. But yeah, that's my answer.
Kind of want to accomplish doing some voice acting.
Oh.
Or just being able to like shift my voice more. I kind of want to be able to do that because I do have plans of like maybe doing some abridged content or some shorts or something like that. So kind of want to do that.
Sick.
I think I would like to try to do a YouTube video.
Oh.
Like a vlog or?
Yeah, kind of. Maybe about my experience in Canada. But I'm too shy.
Oh.
I'm not shy, but I'm kind of worried about the comments and
Something bad for you.
Yeah, I was like before I started at Screen Rant, and like I was nervous about it because I was like, do I want to share my stuff? And then I'm like, you know what, I might as well. Even if people don't think like the lists I do are very good right now, at least I'm putting it out there and I'm getting clicks.
Some more people are really mean on the internet.
But once you do it, it's less scary. And I mean, for the most part, I've gotten positive reception. Like, I think people are more likely to be positive than negative. I think you just are more likely to remember the negatives.
The way I see it is like this, because I've said negative comments on stuff before, and
Really?
not
Sorry, I'm just like I could never do it. Like, I'm not saying that anyone who does it is like a terrible person, but like I don't know, I just never had it in me to do it.
No, I'm not saying like anything too bad where I'm like curse you and your mother or whatever. Like I'll say stuff like, man, this was trash, or this was like complete, like I'm like this video was garbage. Like, what is this? I'll say stuff like that, but you have to look at it like this. If people are taking the time to click on your stuff
and react
or comment, you're winning either way. Because even if they comment something bad, they're still clicking on your stuff. That's more views for you, and that's more cash for you, and like however you're getting your money. So either way, you win.
It's hard because like it's obviously from these people, it's like coming from a place of them wanting to lash out.
Yeah.
But then it's a thing of, and it's hard. Like, I'm not even gonna pretend like it's an easy thing, but most of the time it's usually a them thing rather than a you thing.
Yeah.
Because they're taking the time to make those comments and things like that. And yeah, like you can kind of not choose. I'm not gonna say choose because no matter what, you're gonna feel what you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
But later on, as time passes, you can make that decision to not keep lingering on it. Like it gets easier.
So in short, don't be afraid of comments.
Yeah. I really want to be a director or editor. Yeah. I hope I can own my own film, but just only one. But it's the greatest one for me.
Oh my god, I kind of love that. It's like one hit wonder.
Yeah.
And then just 100% success rate.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hope we can cooperate with each other.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Yeah. We can work together. Yes.
So, what is the most impulsive thing you've ever done?
Punch my sister in the face.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think I was 8 and she was 4. But I got so annoyed. So I was like, you know what? Then she eventually cried. And
Got in trouble.
I got into trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I guess it would be, I got in a fight. It's only 5. No, I've been in 2 fights. But it was like when I was a kid. But I would say like that's the most impulsive thing I've ever done. It's just gotten in a fight.
I'm fighting a lot with my brother. I don't know if it's impulsivity or most of the time I'm looking for it.
That's the thing. When we were kids, my brother and I used to like hand-to-hand combat. But now we're pals. So.
Even now. But,
I can't fight him. He's a gym bro now.
I try.
Can't overpower him anymore.
He can sit on me, he's super tall there.
What about you?
For me,
Impulsive thing.
impossible thing. Learning my program.
Like just like registering it or
registering
for it?
Yeah, learning my program in TV and film because I never thought there was a day I would become a director of cinematography.
And you just did it.
Yeah, because my parents totally don't agree with me to learn it. In China, they think it's a kind of like freelance job. It's a freelance. Yeah, yes, you're your money, your salary is unstable. Like today you're gonna go to the luxury restaurant. The next month you're gonna stay at home and no money.
I mean, initially, I think coming up, it's going to be like that for the first little bit, but then once you get into a flow and establish yourself,
Yeah.
then yeah, your work starts speaking for itself, and then you can eat at a luxury restaurant whenever you want. I think, oh god, most impulsive things I always just have to do with piercings and tattoos.
Wow.
You have tattoo?
Yeah, I have 3. I mean, the first 2 I more or less like I planned, but then the third one I completely got on impulse. And then when I was, oh god, I was so dumb. When I was 18, I was in Scotland with like my school, and then like there was a piercing parlor, so I just went and got my belly button pierced. And I felt like such a badass, but then it did not work out. Like it just totally rejected, and now, yeah, I was like, okay, well that was not worth the 3 seconds of adrenaline. So, yeah, that's the most impulsive thing I've done.
If you could know one thing about the future, what would you most like to know?
I want to know how long we last as a species. That's it.
No long, apparently. No, I'm kidding.
When are the Blue Jays gonna win the World Series again? I want to know that, so I can just get my ticket in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's not too long from now.
I would like to know what's gonna be my future job. So this way I don't have to...
Worry?
Yeah,
You just like cut out all the crap and apply to the right things.
yeah.
Actually, I changed mine. I want to know when One Piece is gonna end. That's what I want to know.
I want to find out if I'm gonna have a corgi.
A corgi?
Ooh.
The corgi
With the
dog.
queen stuff.
Ah,
Yeah. Those cute dog.
you're gonna have it. Don't worry.
Hopefully. So,
My question is like, if you do a murder, how would you hide the body?
I think I would literally just figure out what kind of renovations I want for my living quarters. Like some really nice, like whatever, I want a gazebo or something. And then I just put the body under before everything starts, and then everything gets put on top of it. And then, I mean, it might get discovered eventually, but probably long after I'm gone. And then the next person wants to take out my gazebo. Oh, it's a body.
I swear I saw that in this show.
Yeah, Pretty Little Liars, they did that. And I was like, yeah, smart.
I saw something else. It was on Netflix. Crap.
Which one?
I think it starts with you? No. What's up? Oh, God. I can't remember what it's called. It was about this girl who got raped,
Mm-hmm.
and the police didn't believe her, and they were doing this whole investigation, and eventually...
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yes, that's what it
I
was
have
called.
to watch that too.
Yes, that's what it was called.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Yeah. Something like that happened
Yeah,
in that
like,
show.
but I feel like that's, in terms of long-term, I mean, it's hella white collar too. I'd have to be rich for that, first of all, but... Because then I wouldn't have to really get my hands dirty, or wouldn't have to get them dirtier. But also, I would never do that.
You're talking about that like so calm, like if this happened, I will do that.
I consume too much true crime. What about you guys?
Don't forget to listen to the True Crime podcast.
I would do what they did in Breaking Bad.
Mm.
Just use acid.
Yeah, this is what I'm always
Mountain.
saying. But my brother is always like, you're never gonna get all this acid. Like, if you go to the supermarket, it will be super strange.
Yeah, I'm clumsy, so I feel like I would like spill it on myself. That's why I would never do acid.
And after, like, you can put it into a bath because the acid is going to eat the bath.
That's why you have to use that recycling bin. The special recycling bin for
Yeah, look who's calm now.
We are giving advice to each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just easy because his body melts away.
So just be like afraid to wash it. Be like, oh, it's like happening.
I don't remember which movie it is, but when you give it to the pig, or you need to have many pigs also.
Yeah, you like cut it up and like make it meat kind of thing.
I
was
would
like
not
in-
like cut it because
It was in, I saw that in, what was it, the second Silence of the Lambs movie. They did something similar to that, I think.
I think you can just throw the dead body into the...
Yeah. What about you? So that's what your method would be?
I don't know, I really like acid.
Mm.
The acid.
Yeah, acid? What are you in terms of like disposing of a body?
I maybe bury them.
But like, how would you make sure you're not caught? So you just bury them like as far away as possible, or?
Yeah, to countryside.
It's fair. Fair. Yeah. So acid, burial, gazebo. Okay.
What do you hope to do for a career in the future? Like, dream job?
Screenwriter. Maybe directing if I ever feel like bold enough to do it, but definitely like just screenwriting and writing in general. Gives me so much purpose. I love it.
Japanese voiceover.
Ooh.
To dub some Japanese animation. It's like, 行きたいよね海徳王に俺はなる。俺は行くそう。
True.
Love that.
What did you say?
海徳王に俺はな
No,
る。
yeah.
What's the translation?
It means like, I want to be the pilot.
Ah.
Yeah.
I want to learn Japanese at some point, but
We can live together.
that's often. So,
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
trilingual. I'll be trilingual.
ダメですよ
No,
ね。
but there's
No, the
yeah.
Duolingo.
Oh,
app.
oh,
to
that.
learn.
Yeah.
ダメですよ
I
ね。
have a Rosetta Stone,
Oh.
but I haven't gotten a chance to really use it. But Chloe, what dream job?
I don't know, and I'm quite lost for the moment. Should be my last internship before starting work, and I don't know. But maybe into so do business because I'm studying business. It's 5 years, so it would be cool to use that into the luxury furniture area because I did an internship for a lighting designer, and I kind of like that.
Eventually have my own business.
I want to open a restaurant, but in the plan it's when I'm like 40 years old.
Yeah, bed and breakfast when I'm in my 60s.
YouTube channel.
Oh.
Trying to enter business.
What kind of content? So like the abridged stuff, like you were saying? Or?
I would want to do abridged stuff, but I think at first I'd focus on gaming. That's what I would focus on.
But you
first.
already have a YouTube channel?
Not yet. I don't have the resources. Yeah, I need a capture card. I need voiceover equipment, like microphones, headsets, stuff like that. So
If you're opening it, please tell us. We will follow you.
Yeah.
yes, I will.
Support the channel.
Yeah. A follower.
Okay, what event in your life could make a good movie plot?
Just my whole life. Just call it Boyhood 2.
Oh, actually, I went on a haunted walk with some friends in Edinburgh, and we went like underground. And there was a situation. Basically, to make a long story short, but there was a pagan circle that was there that was made out of rocks that had been there for who knows how long. And the guide had told us because everything was like cursed. There was a lot of murder there and all the stuff that happened in the area. And he was like, you can look at this, but don't hop in the circle. Bad things happen to people who hop in the circle. And one of my friends was like, yeah, okay. And he hopped into the circle and he left and everything seemed fine. And then we moved on to like the next area. And for, I guess, effect, when the guide was telling the next haunted story on the walk, he had his like lamp, which was a candle. And as he was kind of immersing everyone, he blew it out for effect. And then as everything went dark, you just hear like a thunk. And all of us are freaking out and the guy is quickly turning it back on because it was clearly not a part of his story. And it was my friend and he fainted.
Oh,
And
wow.
I know we were like the same friend and we woke him up and we had to leave the tour and he doesn't remember anything past hopping into the circle. So I feel like just that little thing there is like a good basis for a horror movie.
What happened?
Yeah, like we still don't know. I've told because I do haunted walks as one of my like side jobs, and when I've told people this, a lot of them try to like deduce it. They're like, it was probably like all in his head. He got psyched out, or maybe he didn't eat very much beforehand. I'm like, I don't know. Pretty mysterious. But I feel like that'd be a fun event to play with.
So we have a movie in France. It's called L'Auberge Espagnole, the Spanish auberge. It's about Erasmus students in Spain. And I believe that when I was in London, or even when I've been to Spain, I was living in an hostel with many people, many different stories. Like every day you have, oh, do you know that did that? Or there's this new every week like a TV show. Like there's this new girl and there's another one leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it's not a movie, it would be a reality TV show.
Ooh, still.
Yeah, it was cool.
For me, it would be my exchange year in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I had such an amazing time here. We're studying here. Yeah.
It's a very horrible movie.
Honest.
Again?
Again.
Yeah. No, it's really horrible. It's happened.
It's so bad, guys.
Moment of silence right now as we prepare.
It's the story about the woman on the bus. We know.
No, not that.
There's another story.
Oh, there's more?
It's a horrible movie. It's happening in my university.
Oh my gosh.
We lived in the same dorm, and someone told me it's like she saw someone's like standing in front of someone's bed and just.
Oh.
But we never see it. You know, my friend always sleep very very late, like 2 to 3 o'clock in morning, and she told me it's like when we walk along, and she said, "I got to tell you a stuff," and I said, "What?" And said, do you feel like our dorm is kind of weird?" I said, "No, it's a very common dorm." I said, "No, you know, I saw like a girl with a very long hair for twice." I said, "Seriously?" He said, "Yes." And I told my mom, and my mom gave me like the golden booties. It's like the booty cards to protect me. My mom really believed that.
Mm-hmm.
My mom just said, "Keep it." And I said, "Okay." So the third time I asked me, like, "Have you seen that girl?" I said, "No, I haven't seen her for a long time."
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's super, super scary. And after that, I go abroad. I just leave. I don't know what happened.
Jeez.
Maybe that was one of your friends pranking on you guys.
I don't know. I don't know. When she talked to me, I can't get a very like rest for sleep for a long time. Because he told me like someone standing in the other room is like bad and staring at her. So every time I close my eyes, I just feel like, is someone staring me now? And I just open my eyes. I said, "No, just sleep." And I open my eyes. And I remember there was a week, every day I just go back to my home. Like 2 hours bus driving. I just go back to my home. I told my mom I can't sleep very well. You know, in China, there is a very common things in the university. A lot of things happened. Interesting. So this is a horrible movie.
Okay, what was your favorite radio station growing up?
Energy.
Yeah, same. 'Cause, yeah.
Is that like pop or?
It's like
Commercial
rap,
music.
pop, and
Yeah.
everything. Pretty much everything. Yeah.
Mine was The Edge.
I listen to radio stations.
Okay.
Oh,
What about you?
Me either. If you can get a superpower, what kind of superpower you want?
teleportation.
Invisibility.
I don't know, teleportation or reading into minds.
Control over time.
Oh.
What about you?
It's transparent. Make me transparent.
Invisible.
Yeah, invisible.
Okay.
What's your favorite book?
I don't like reading.
Oh.
Do mangas count?
Yeah.
Alright, Naruto.
I have so many. They just kind of like rotates. Anything? Oh god. Well, this goes back to childhood, but anything by Roald Dahl, I love. So I go with that.
For me, it's a stray cat named Bob.
That sounds so cute.
Yes, super cute.
What about you?
I like, I don't remember the name in English, Killing the Bird.
Oh, it's To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Pretty
also,
cool.
I just want to throw in, I also liked La Cabane Magique growing up and Percy Jackson.
Ah,
I
Percy
love
Jackson's good.
Favorite animated movie?
Naruto.
Naruto.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
I love that.
Movie?
Yeah, movie.
Movie. Yeah.
I really liked Paranorman and Perfect Blue, but I also
I love
just
Paranorman.
it's wait which
Oh no.
Paranorman.
yeah.
It's
Oh
so
my
good.
god.
I like Totoro.
Oh.
Oh, Totoro.
That's cute.
I love Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball.
Like Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Kamehameha.
I like the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. All three
I
of them.
haven't seen them.
All three of them. They're so good. They're amazing. Watch them.
Favorite video game? Current favorite. Like,
Animal Crossing. It raised me. Taking off all the grass all the time.
Telltale's The Walking Dead. Still my favorite.
Okay, so I don't play a ton of games, so like The Sims always just.
the Sim is good.
Pokemon, always. Pokemon.
That's classic.
Yeah, it's my
Classic.
favorite Pokemon.
Oh, you know what? Yoshi's Island, if we're thinking about classic stuff. Still basic, but.
And there is some discount for the Sims now.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to download it.
Mine is Outlast.
Nice.
Still can't finish that game, but
What's the first movie you ever remember watching?
ooh. It's the only one I could think of right now. The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. It's probably the first one I remember, but it's the first one that comes to mind.
A Star is Born.
But it's not the first one you remember to have seen.
Like which version? Like an old one?
The older version or the new one?
The new one.
Wait, that's the first one you remember
ever
watching?
remember watching?
Like as a child.
Yeah, like it was
Oh.
in your entire life. It was like, oh.
I was about to say, you must not seen a lot of movies growing up.
Doctor.
Harry Potter, I think. Yeah, Harry Potter.
Yes.
I always thought you asked me like the first film came into your mind. You have ever watched that? So I just A Star is Born. Is it the old one? No, the new one. Really?
What about you, Chloe?
I think it's the Disney movies like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, same. Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was Mulan,
Oh.
the animated version. So, special place in my heart for that one.
I would say mine is The Return of the King. Everyone has these movies. I'm remembering Lord of the Rings when it came out.
I wasn't allowed to watch Lord of the Rings when I was a kid, so I've only still seen 2 out of 3 of them.
Really?
Which I know is bad, because I know Return of the King is the best one.
It is.
Well, one day.
So good.
I never see any of them. No,
Huh?
maybe the first one.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, team building has to be a Lord of the Rings. Like,
Oh yeah, that's gonna take like
yeah.
4 days.
Exactly.
If you will be famous, so what kind of star you want to become?
Chris Evans. Yeah, Chris Evans.
I think I just want to be famous the way directors are famous, and that they're like highly respected and everything, but they're never mocked the way an actor would be.
I want to be Rihanna.
Yeah.
Lily is my favorite.
I think I would like to be famous for working into a series, a long time series like Grey's Anatomy, you know, 16 seasons, still there. I go to work every morning.
Consistent paycheck.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's like what I want to be famous for, or which famous person I'd want to be.
I think like the kind of fame you'd want.
Probably like an athlete, like LeBron or
Sponsors.
yeah, sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be like LeBron or Michael Jordan or something like that.
If we go back into the past, or if we go into the future, when would you like to live? Like be living, like in the 60s or in the middle age?
I want to come into age in the 1980s. Or come of age in the 1980s.
Very precise.
Yeah.
I'm good with right now. Although I'd like to see the future.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. See what's coming. When we get flying cars. Hoverboards.
Yeah. Future. I would say future too. I don't know when, but future. rather than past.
Also, I couldn't afford to live in the past.
I will be back to the middle school age. I want to stop my mom to send me to the private school. That is so hard.
What about you, Chloe?
I would like to go back like just few years before, maybe be born in the 80s. Like to live the 90s.
Favorite TV show?
Okay, it's too much.
Too much? Oh.
I'll always watch Arrested Development over and over again. So I'll just throw that one out there.
It's super girly, but when I don't know what to watch, I watch Gossip Girl. XOXO.
The American Top Model.
Right now, I really like New Amsterdam.
I say for me, excluding Naruto, because I already said it. Avatar: The Last Airbender, I've always loved.
Yeah.
And I've just started watching Doctor Who again. So, that one too. I grew up on that. Like, that was...
Oh, and
that was
Friends.
my show.
Yeah, my dad and my brother love that show.
It's so good. And now it's so bad, but I'll forget the last 2 seasons.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Loyal.
Creative.
Positive.
Dreamy.
Dreamer.
Dreamer.
Would say nice.
This wraps up our 21 questions episode. I think we got to know each other fairly well, and I hope you at home either have gotten some cool insights on us, or you just have more questions to ask your friends in the future. So we'll be back at the table next Thursday discussing the 21st century so far. Basically everything that's happened in the 2000s and the 2010s. There will be nostalgia, and there will probably be some cringe. So follow us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube at the CC Zone, and tune in next week. Bye!
Bye!